when you said you personally made Peter Obi Alhaji Atiku's vice. I'd like you to sort of give us context to that conversation.
By Reno Omokri, saying two falsehoods. One, that he was the one in 2019 that picked Mr. Peter Obi as the vice presidential candidate to Atiku. Lie number one. He may have been in a room where these conversations were had. But again, Reno Omokri knows that Peter Obi will not publicly respond to him. Of course, there is no doubt Reno was close to Peter Obi 2018, 2019, when he was in the PDP. Reno knows how Peter Obi thinks. Reno knows that Peter Obi will never respond to such online. Therefore, because of this privileged information Reno has, Reno decides to come online and lie, knowing that Peter Obi will not respond. Again, I didn't seek Peter Obi's consent to respond. I'm responding based on the informations that I am aware of, the things I know, and also the things that Reno knows that I know. Reno did not decide for Atiku to choose Peter Obi. Atiku, in an interview with Adesua, he had with Adesua, Atiku clearly stated that it was his former boss who told him to pick Peter Obi. And he said, yes, sir. In Atiku's words, Obasanjo suggested Okonjo-Iweala and said, no, you wouldn't work because Okonjo-Iweala is not within PDP. Suggested Professor Chukwuma Soludo said, no, it won't work because Soludo is not in our party. He suggested, okay, why not Peter Obi, since Peter Obi is in our party? And he said, deal done. Atiku responded to this question, why he did not pick Wike, and if he was regretting not picking Wike. I'll let you watch the video and be the judge. The second point is that he says that the obedient were trolling him and insulting him, and he called Peter Obi to reign on the obedient. I laugh. Peter Obi did not create the obedient movement. We did. Therefore, Peter Obi cannot call the obedient movement that he did not create to reign on them. And again, I must also put it on record. The obedient movement did not attack Reno Omokri. He's lying. What the obedient movement did, and we saw it, some of them online, was to respond to all the insult he heaps on Peter Obi. He may call it political mudslinging, but you cannot wake up, just like Daniel Bwala did and does. You cannot wake up from nowhere. A man has not offended you. A man has not said anything about you. You wake up every single day, you keep abusing him. His followers, those who love him, he doesn't know many of them he doesn't know, would think, okay, why are you attacking our own leader? And they respond. If they respond by calling you name, by saying unprintable things to you, sorry, he who fetches an infested firewood has invited the lizard for a feast. Again, I conclude here. Reno lied on two planks. Obedience did not throw him. He was the one that throwed the obedient, and he was the one that really fought Peter Obi. Secondly, he did not suggest Peter Obi to Atiku. Just watch the video. I am Mazes, okay?
I'd like to go back quickly to something you said at the start of the conversation when you said you personally made Peter Obi Alhaji Atiku's vice. I'd like you to sort of give us context to that conversation and how you made that happen.
Well, what happened is that I used to be very close to Waziri Atiku Abubakar. I'm not as close with him as I used to be for my own reasons. I allowed him because I've become a supporter of the current president's economic policies, which are actually a facsimile, an exact replica of our own economic policies. But I do understand that that puts me in a position whereby if I remain close to him, maybe I appear hypocritical. So I've given him some breathing room. Now, here's the thing. When he won the People's Democratic Party presidential nomination in 2019, he called me And then he said to me, Reno, I need a running mate, but I need a running mate from the Southeast. And I want you to help me. I want you to headhunt for me. Now, without telling him, he later found out, because I talked about this publicly on several interviews. I called former President Jonathan, who is my political leader, and I said to him, sir, the candidate has asked me to help him headhunt for a suitable running mate. Now, what do you think I should do? And he told me, he said, no, Reno, it has to be Peter Obi. And I said, but sir, I can't just give him one name. That's just going to appear, it's just going to appear a bit arrogant on my part. I need to give him some names and then he should choose. So he told me, okay, you know what, Reno, work on this. You're a very intelligent person. That's why I'm quoting him. Work on it. Give him several names, but make it in a way that he picks Peter Obi. So I called certain people from the Southeast, and then one of them is from the South, but of Igbo origin. And I asked them to give me their resume. And then Peter Obi kept on calling me, there's a local parlance that we use in Nigeria, per second. He was actually following me bumper to bumper. He sent me his resume. Some other people, one of them is now the chairman of a bank, sent me his resume. Another person is now an international civil servant. I got their resumes, put them together, and then I packaged Peter Obi, and I sent all the names to His Excellency. And I suggested that, okay, these are the people I believe that you should pick. But amongst all of them, I think that this is the best candidate.
I want you to maybe compare that a bit to the last elections, 2023, when you decided not to pick the current minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, as your running mate. And some people believe that might have cost you the election. Do you regret not choosing Wike as your running mate?
No, not at all. Because, you see, in 2019, when I won the ticket in Port Harcourt, and I came back here and then went straight to Abeokuta to meet my boss, President Obasanjo, and told him, Mr. President, I have got the ticket. So he asked me, he said, okay, from where is your running mate going to come from? I said, of course, it's either Southeast or Southwest. He said, no. Leave Southwest, because I was there for 8 years. Go to Southeast. I said, okay, sir. Do you have anybody in mind? He said, yes. The first person he suggested was Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. So I told him Ngozi was not a member of our party. I believe if I forward the name to the party, they will reject. He said, okay. He said, what about Soludo? I said, Soludo too was not a member of our party, so they will not accept. And I said, what about Peter Obi? I said, Peter Obi is a member of the party. He said, okay, take him. I said, okay, sir.
So that was it.
That was it. So I came back here in this very same building, very same room, and I summoned a meeting of the party leaders. Then I was cited by Uche Secondus and others. Including Wike himself, Tambuwal, I remember there were about 7 of them. I said, look, I have been to my boss and this is what he said. Do you have any objection? You are leaders of the party and also leaders of the governance forum. They said, no, we don't have objection. I said, okay, go and announce. Now, I came under a lot of criticism after that. They said, I did not consult with the party enough. So in 2023, I threw the whole thing to the party. I said, okay, set up a committee and recommend 3 people for me to pick as running mate. And they set up a committee and they came with a recommendation, number 1, number 2, and number 3. So I picked number 1.
Who are the other 2? Number 1, I'm guessing, was Okowa.
Yes, and the other one was Wike, I think number 2, and number 3, I don't.
No.
Yeah.
Udom,
that's right.
So you didn't pick Wike solely because he was the number 1?
He wasn't.
I want to ask,
in the heart of the city where stories unfold, NjenjeMedia TV shining bright and bold, bringing news from the corners of the